Well, hello, welcome. I am Lizelle Watkins, evidential medium and master instructor with integrated energy therapy. I was called to do this video. This is going to be more of a general video, and I think it's going to be timeless. So when you find it is when, my intention is when you'll find me when you need me, or who needs me finds me. And I feel like this is going to be that video. Like, if you need this video, it will find you, or you will find it. And it's all about realizing the divinity within, that you are sovereign. And up to this point in your life, if you're following me or finding this video, you've been through some stuff. You've had abuse in your life. You've had anxiety. You've had depression. Maybe you've had a narcissistic partner, or you've just had pattern of failure. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. So welcome. But what I'm getting at is that this is the time now for you to realize that you are sovereign, and that it is time for you to come into your sovereignty. And what does that mean? That means that we are all part and parcel of the one, right? So unity consciousness that's coming into the planet at this time. That what you're experiencing, the symptoms you've been experiencing, physical, emotional, mental, energetic, it's all because things are really changing in the vibrational frequency of the planet. That the third dimension that the planet has been residing in is now shifting into the fifth dimension. And 5D consciousness is all about unity consciousness. And unity consciousness is about cooperation. So coming out of that very competitive energy, going into this very co-creative energy, it's unlike anything we've experienced before. And so, so much has been going on to bring us to this point. So if you're someone that's really struggled with relationships, you've struggled with holding a job, you've struggled with financial stability, you've struggled with worthiness, you've struggled with power, you've struggled with putting yourself out there, being seen. You've just struggled with stepping into what you want versus what maybe you feel like society has dictated you should want, or family has put family expectations on you, whatever it is. I'm going to pull some cards because I really want to kind of dive deep into what it is you need to kind of help you at this point of your journey. And so for some of you, you're just starting this journey. You're just starting to break away from the abuse, the neglect, the unworthiness, the powerlessness, the imposter syndrome, the narcissistic relationships, whatever it is. Some of you, you've been on this path for a minute, and it feels like never ending. Like, when do I get to the end, right? I've been healing this. I've been working on that. I've been doing meditation. I've been doing boundaries. Like, I've been doing all the things, right? When does it end, right? It don't. It gets easier, especially when you start stepping into being comfortable setting boundaries, when you start getting comfortable with knowing that the people in your life may change pretty often, because where you are in your life, they may not match anymore, right? So a little bit about frequency. We live in a very vibrational universe. Everything is based on frequency. If I'm telling you something you're not sure what I'm talking about, this is all validated by quantum physics, right? But we're not going to get sciencey here. But I just want you to know that this is all based on science or fact, right? That we are living in a vibrational universe. That emotion has a frequency attached to it. Fear, jealousy, anger, rage, criticism, judgment, like those are all very low frequencies, right? And we are now coming into and out of those frequencies on the planet. And so that's bringing those of us who are ready to get out of those frequencies up into contentment, happiness, receptivity. And then, the highest frequencies of joy, compassion, love, gratitude, right? So if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I talk about doing a gratitude journal when you're really feeling like you're stuck or you can't get out of things. And this is why, because it shifts your frequency very, very fast, very fast. And this is really important for those of you who are feeling like you can't move your life, like things are just blocked, like you try things and they don't work, or you think you've moved and shifted your life, but then you end up in a situation that's very similar to something you've already been through, right? So these are the frustrations that I know a lot of you are encountering right now, that a lot of you are kind of be brought back into situations that feel very similar, maybe not as the same, like it's not as bad, but it's still bad enough, right? So you're feeling like, why am I going through this again? And part of this is because Capricorn has gone back into Pluto and will be coming out of Pluto and going into Aquarius finally for the last time later this year. So right now, a lot of you are going through another go round of similar energies that you've been going through or have gone through in the past 16 years. So we're going like way out there, right? But what I'm really feeling is that we are coming through it. And many of you who are going through similar situations right now that you've gone through before, whether it's relationship, financial, situation, whatever it is, right? It's because of this re-entering, this kind of coming back around and going back into Capricorn, Pluto going back into Capricorn for a few months, right? So we had some relief because Capricorn did go into Aquarius earlier, but they only stayed in Aquarius or Pluto only stayed in Aquarius for a while. I'm not an astrologer. Like literally, I follow this because I have Capricorn in my rising sign, and this has really impacted me. And again, for all of us, we have Capricorn and Aquarius in our signs in different places. So Pluto has impacted us in those places. So for some of you, this has been relationship. It just depends on where you have, Pluto in your natal chart. Again, not an astrologer. Please go find one. There's beautiful ones out there that do this. I'm just feeling called to do this video and bring this information to those of you who maybe have no idea. This is why you've been going through the shit storms you've been going through, right? So I'm going to pull some cards to kind of show where maybe you've been, but really where we're going. I really feel like this realizing the divinity within is all about coming into your sovereignty, your power. But you're not feeling that power right now because you're being brought back into something that feels familiar, like something that took you down, put you on your knees in the past 16 years in some way, and maybe a couple of different times, right? But you're coming out of it. And so in this video, I really want to concentrate on where are we going, right? I want this to be a hopeful video that you setting your boundaries, you getting into a healing practice, something where you're transforming your frequency, right? Or you're really looking and becoming very self-aware of your self-sabotaging patterns or ways, right? Because I think that this is what this last push of these energies is doing, is really like giving us a lot of epiphanies and aha moments of where we've been and what choices and decisions we made that got us there. And now helping us to look at and see those choices and decisions and going, yeah, I gotta change that, right? I was feeling like I was a victim, so I created a situation where I became the victim. Or I was feeling like I didn't deserve, so I didn't receive the things I do deserve, right? Or I don't feel good enough to be in a relationship, so I'm not in a relationship, or I'm not in a healthy relationship, right? So I'm really feeling like this video I'm being called to do, which will be more timeless because this is a transit that happened for the past 16 years, and the effects you're feeling as we kind of take another kind of walk through some of those energies, and then even moving on. For some of you, you might even come into and find this video like beyond this, like it might be end of this year or going into 2025 where you find this video, but it gives you some clarity. It helps you recognize what you've been through, what you've left behind, and how you cleared it or how spirit cleared it for you, right? Because for some of you, things are being cleared out of your life that you're like, why is that changing? Why is that leaving, right? Because it's time. Because it's time for you to raise your vibrational frequency, to get into connection with your mission and your purpose. And so for some of you, there does feel like there's some dumping you out of situations or removing situations out of your life unexpectedly, or not unexpectedly, but still not what you want, right? Because we're still holding on to that old story. We're still holding on to that old frequency. For some of you, you're still holding on to being the people pleaser, the fixer, and you're really struggling with letting go of that role. For some of you, you're struggling with letting go of the role of mom, right? That your children are getting to a point where they're becoming sovereign in their own right, right? They're hitting ages where your role is changing. You're not responsible for their stomach anymore, right? And when you're not responsible for your child's stomach anymore, like they really are becoming autonomous. And for some of us, it's really hard to kind of cut that cord, right, of the mom caretaker role, and now you have to become more of the mom mentor role, right? Dad, same thing, right? Protector role to mentor role, right? So mom or dad, who, however this is resonating for you, like your role is shifting, and that can be very hard. It can create sadness, grief, right? Because you're no longer that needed. You're needed in a different way. For some of you, it's you're letting go of a profession, right? In the past, in this transit, I actually let go of a profession of teaching in the education system, right? I was a teacher, accredited, certified in New York State, and I loved it, but I got kicked out, right? And it was circumstances beyond my control. I know that now because I know that I'm supposed to be sitting here with all of you doing this work, right? Would I have left it on my own? Probably not. And I think spirit knew that. I think spirit knew that I would hang in there even though it was detrimental to my health, because as an empath who didn't know how to set boundaries yet, I was taking on way too much energy. I had gained so much weight. I was so unhealthy. I was so tired. I was so fatigued, and I was not the best version of a mother that I should have been. I was very much in survival mode. So I was a perfect storm of really having some kind of health event, or some kind of really awful thing. So spirit kicked me out, knowing that I would be teaching, just teaching in a different way, right? And I think sometimes when we're brought to situations where we're doing something we absolutely love, we don't realize that maybe it's not that form that we're supposed to be doing it in, that we're going to be brought to something better, right? Because again, your higher self has the roadmap. They know where your mission is taking you. They know that you need to be in certain places at certain points in your life. And if you're not taking the nudges and making the decisions on your own to go in those directions, then they're going to at some point have to like course correct you, right? And we can call those tower moments, right? And I feel like that's what's going on right now. For some of you, you're course correcting on your own. And as uncomfortable as that is, you're making those hard choices. And some of you, you're really not, because you're just not there. So you're having some what feel like tower moments, right? Very unexpected shifts in your life. Some breakups feel like a switch being flipped. It's just one day there and one day gone. And you're like, what happened? And that was a course correction, right? Something better is coming, right? So that's what I want this video to be about. It's like, what is this something better that is coming for you as we be in Pluto and Capricorn for the next few months, but really come out of it at the end of the year, finally, after a very long, almost 2 decades of going through it, because we really have been. And if you look at your natal chart, and you can get them free on many websites, please Google it. It's just the easiest way. You'll see that it will match up with what's been going on in your life experience. And it may actually help you to understand that you're not a bad person. You don't make bad decisions. That some of this has been beyond your control because of your life purpose, your mission that you came to planet Earth to be a part of. But there have been a lot of physical, energetic, emotional, mental effects. And some of them have been very, very, very difficult. And I just feel like we need this video to say, okay, we're coming out of it. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So let's get some messages from Spirit, shall we? Shall we get some messages from Spirit? So the first message from Spirit I'm being called to is actually who is around us. So I'm actually going to be using 2 decks, the Divine Master deck and the Archangel deck, both by Kyle Gray. And I did put them together. This first one coming out does not surprise me. Oh my gosh. So she's been coming to me. If you've been following me any length of time, I actually have been tuning into her for months now and recognizing for the past couple of years that she's not the character that certain religions would have you. The Divine Feminine is showing up. Whew, we've been in such a patriarchal energy. And as we raise the frequency of the planet, we are stepping more into the matriarchal energy. So we're balancing the patriarchy with the matriarchy, the divine feminine coming in to balance the divine masculine, that competitive, warlike energy that's leaving. We are now coming into a more nurturing energy. Oh my gosh. Whew. So Mary Magdalene. Whew, she is the sacred vessel. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. That's what's going on. And that's what's been going on, guys, for the past, couple of decades. In some way, you've been being led and nudged and guided and inspired to really walk towards your purpose. And like I said, some of you, you've been doing an okay job of it. You've been making the strides, you've been making the changes, you've been going in the direction being called to go in, sometimes feeling like you're being pushed off a cliff, taking leaps of faith. And for some of you, it's been very tower moment like, and for many of us, all of these things have been happening because it's been a long time, right? Over 16 years, right? So for some of you, you've taken nudges when you felt like it's okay to take the nudges. For some of you, you've taken the leaps of faith when you felt like you were really being held or guided and you could see that you were supported and protected. But some of us, there's been times where there's been real tower moments, right? But that's what's been going on. Mary Magdalene is bringing you into your purpose, bringing you into realizing your divinity, that you are sovereign, that you are part of Christ consciousness. And those nudges and those intuitive inspirations, like it's all part and parcel of the role you're here to play. And so in the past, I would say at least 5 years, intuitively, you've been getting stronger. You've been feeling spirit. You've been having the vivid dreams. And for a lot of you, you haven't really understood it. So you've been going and finding the YouTube videos. You've been going and finding the energy healing. You've been going and finding the spiritual teachers, the mentors, right? I honestly, I have a couple of you that I've been working with very consistently for the past 5 years. And this is why, because you've been feeling the something more. You just didn't know how to get there. And I feel like this video right now is about validating that you are getting there. And that you're going to be getting there more and more as we move forward. And calling on Mary Magdalene is going to be really, really important. And, you know, when I was feeling her a couple of months ago, I actually went and got a Mary Magdalene deck because I was really feeling her energy. And I almost feel like I need to grab it. And it's right here. And it's right here. So yeah, let's pull some cards and messages from Mary Magdalene, going deeper into this message of you are the answer and be guided to your purpose. Like really allow your purpose to be, just step into it. Really allow your purpose to be stepped into. As uncomfortable as it feels, because it's going to be uncomfortable. And a lot of you have really been breaking away from your ego, the ego that is, you know, been trying to keep you safe and stable by keeping you in past situations. So for many of you, you've been slowly breaking away from that ego by making different decisions each time a very similar situation has been coming up, right? I'm going to get 3, and they're really coming out. So she's here and wants to speak with us. Whew, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Resurrect in this life, resurrection, the ego dies and the soul rises. And wasn't I just talking about that? That you guys are really coming out of your ego, that you are being resurrected into that higher connection with your oversoul, your higher self, the soul that is part and parcel who you are on the other side of the veil, that is too big to fit into this human body, right? It says resurrect in this life. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're resurrecting in this life, your soul, who you came here to be, your purpose, your passion. And for some of you, yeah, it's big. Maybe you're going to be called to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you're going to be called to start a teaching or a wellness center or read cards. For some of you, it's simply being a model of kindness and compassion, because that is so needed, right? Teaching your children about faith and oneness and Christ consciousness and God and Jesus as a spiritual teacher, right? That's what we're being called to do. Really come into that divinity that resides right in our heart chakra, that connection to ourselves. The first power, darkness makes vision possible. Yeah, you had to walk through it. You had to walk through it. And that's what you're coming out of. A lot of you have been walking through it, the darkness, the trauma, the drama. I really feel like that's why I was called to integrated energy therapy, because so many of my people that work with me, that were getting readings from me, like they needed help releasing these traumas and dramas. So who better to partner with than 9 archangels to come in and help you release what's been holding you back, the cords that have been keeping you anchored into the negativity, releasing the emotions of abandonment and threat and resentment and anger and woulda, coulda, shoulda. That you had to go through whatever was creating those feelings within you, powerlessness, unworthiness, shame, being held right here in your throat chakra. I had a beautiful session yesterday and I could feel more being released. Because it's layer by layer, guys. It's layer by layer. They have to do this layer by layer. Because if they did it all at once, you would literally be an energetic puddle on the floor. Because what you've been going through has been decades worth of these emotions being compounded. And you've built this huge volume of hurt and psychic attack and negative energy, attachments, cords, And the only way to get to the resurrection is you've got to step out of that darkness through the healing, the releasing. And when you've been to the depths of despair, which you all have in some way, or you wouldn't be here, it brings you into the knowingness that there is more, that God is real, that that divinity that is within you, is that connection is real, because you've been to the dark side. And it's all happening at the right time for you. It's all happening at the right time. I trust divine timing. Everything comes from within. So the divine timing is showing up because you're releasing. Through your meditation practice, through your self-love practice, through your energy healing work, however you're doing it. Divine timing is bringing you what you need. And Mary Magdalene is helping you. So call on her. When you're not sure what your purpose is, or you're not sure what the guidance is, she will help you. But she wants you to know that it is time, that you are disconnecting from your ego, which is why it feels so terrifying, and that everything is going to show up at the right time. You don't have to worry about the when at all. And that you are coming through the darkness. You are coming into the light of Christ consciousness, the light of the divinity within you, your connection to your higher self, your oversoul, that is connected to oneness, God consciousness, Christ consciousness. I was actually on the phone with a young person the other day, and she was asking me about a meditation she'd had where white light had come into her experience, and she just felt lighter. And she wondered what it meant. And it brought tears to my eyes because she'd had a profound healing in her meditation. And that was her working with her higher self, her spirit team. If you allow them to come in, they will. You just have to believe to receive. Jeremiah, personal responsibility. Take responsibility for your choices. This is an opportunity for inner growth. Yeah, there's no blame. There's no more blaming. Jeremiah is coming in to say that no matter how bad your decision was, no matter how you hurt others, no matter how bad you hurt yourself, just take responsibility. Let go of the shame. That will help release the shame, taking responsibility, asking God for forgiveness. I know I did them dirty. I know I did them wrong. I am sorry. Feel that remorse. Let go of whatever it was. Call on Archangel Jeremiah to help you. Let it go, because it's time. It's time for you to... Forgiveness is not letting anybody off the hook, but forgiveness is releasing that heavy burden from your soul. And that's what this feels like. It's time to forgive yourself and forgive anybody else in your experience for any abuse, any neglect, any way in which they did you dirty, disrespect, lying, cheating, and whatever you did. Maybe you did some lying and cheating. I get it. We're human. We're here to make mistakes. Maybe you weren't the best version of yourself in that situation. Forgive yourself. It's time. It's like you've been your own whipping boy for far too long. Just take responsibility for whatever it was so you can release it. So you can grow, you can evolve. Up that emotional code chart. Get out of despair. Get into love, loving yourself. Because forgiving yourself is an act of love, an act of self-love. I'm hearing that so loudly. Call on Archangel Jeremiah if you're really struggling with that. And third, last but not least, Jophiel, trust the unfolding. There's no wrong path, only choices that take you closer to or further from love. Yeah, call on Archangel Jophiel to help you make the choices that are going to bring you closer to love. For some of you, this is going to make choices you've never made before. Choices in ways you've never made before that are going to feel so uncomfortable, so foreign. Because for many of you, giving and receiving love is something you're not good at, don't feel capable of, because you had your heart chakra hurt, so damaged is what I'm hearing, damaged very, very early. And so you have a damaged heart chakra and blocked heart chakra. Some of you have both. Whatever the case, call in Archangel Jophiel to help you be able to give and receive love, because it's time. Start making decisions that bring you closer to love, and that will feel uncomfortable if you have a damaged or blocked heart chakra, because you've been running from it. You've been not going near it hard. And anybody that's tried to spontaneously hug you or give to you or bring love into your experience, it made you shy away. It made you run away. Call on Archangel Jophiel to help you open this back up, to come in to help you strengthen and heal and unblock your heart chakra. One of the things I love about integrated energy therapy is I always see the light codes that the angels are using. And the predominant light code is the purple ray of correlating with Saint Germain, which really does help to alleviate blocked and stuck energies, especially from the heart, and really helping you step into your sovereignty and your divinity. So call on, the purple ray of Saint Germain, and Archangel Jophiel if you're really struggling with accepting love, giving love unconditionally, without condition. Because giving it with condition is keeping it very small. It's not the way love is supposed to be. Love is supposed to be big and expansive, all-encompassing. Because when you're radiating love, it's impacting everyone around you and Mother Gaia, whether you recognize it or not. Well, thank you, ladies, for being here. That was beautiful. All right. Well, with that being said, I'm now going to pull some Archangel Power Tarot cards and see what the archangels would like to add to this message. I know that this video is getting a little long. Most of my videos are around 20 to 30 minutes. Some of them go to an hour, but those are usually when I'm pulling cards for others. Or so if you're with me and you're still watching this, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Help this video get out there for other light workers to find, because I know that we're all going through it right now, and we can all use messages of hope and uplifting, and where we're going, what this all means, right? All right. So I do have the Archangel Metatron spray, teal spray, by Amanda Ellis. I'm actually going to use. I'm feeling like Archangel Metatron wants to come in to help us with this message. Whew. The love pouring in right now. It's beautiful. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Experience it with me. Ace of Gabriel. Yeah, you're coming into a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. Yeah, this is a new beginning. This coming out of this, I don't know if it's a transit and alignment. Again, I'm not an astrologer, but with Capricorn coming out, or Pluto coming out of Capricorn and going into Aquarius, it's a new beginning. It's going to be a new road. And because this is Archangel Gabriel, who is also the Archangel of communication, I feel like for some of you, communication is going to become very, very important. So whether you're, again, communicating with just the people around you, how you're feeling, what you're experiencing, sharing your love, sharing your gifts and your talents, your kindness, or if it's you're starting a podcast, you're writing a book, whatever it is, what in some way you're communicating, right? This is what's going to be happening for you. You're going to be gifting your passion to the collective in some way. And so I don't want that to overwhelm you, and I don't want it to scare you, because I feel like you're being brought to this. And so I really feel like, the beginning of 2025, that first year of this next, 10-year cycle is really, and it might even, I'm getting like 7 to 10 years. This is going to be your decade to shine. So for those of you who have really been in the shadows or in the weeds, really stuck because of your traumas and dramas, because of your inner child wounding, your shadow work that you've been doing, right? You're really going to get to a place where it's less. You've learned the lessons. You have evolved. You have shifted. Are we ever done? No. But I feel like you've been through the brunt of it, is what it feels like. You've been through the brunt of it. And now it's time to get to the gifts and the receptivity. So not only will you have the chance to do something amazing, but I do feel like you are going to do something amazing, because you are coming into being amazing. And that's going to radiate from every pore of your being. There's going to be people that can't even be around you because of the beautiful energy you're radiating, that they can't be around. It's going to make them very uncomfortable. For many of you, you will be getting very small circles of trusted friends and companions, partners, mentors. It's okay. It's okay. The 10 of Ariel, there is so very much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. Yeah. You're coming into a time of things really feeling like rewards are showing up for you because you've done the work. If you're someone that found this video, you've been doing the work. You've been going through it. Whether you've been sharing that journey with anyone or not, doesn't matter. You've been going through it. You've been evolving. You've been shifting. You've had the epiphanies, the aha moments, the the decisions, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going in that direction anymore. I'm not dealing with those people anymore, those types of people anymore, right? And all of that, whether you've done the energy healing work or whether you've just been, flying solo on your journey, but you've been making the positive shifts and changes, like the rewards are going to be showing up. And for some of us, the next couple of months maybe feel frustrating because we're still in this energy of Capricorn. We haven't gotten out of it yet, but I just feel like this is like a get ready. I think I actually said this in one of my more recent videos. If you're someone who watches my videos regularly, I really felt like Abraham. I was channeling Abraham when I was like, be ready to be ready to be ready to be ready. Like that's the energy I'm still feeling. And I feel like that's what's going on for the next few months. I think December is when Pluto goes back into Aquarius for the final time for the next decade or so. So yeah, I feel like Abraham is coming through saying, be ready to be ready to be ready. Like get ready, because where you've not had success, where the finances have not been stable, where the right people have not shown up, it's coming. It's coming. And you got to get ready. Stay expecting. Stay in gratitude. It's coming. We know you're tired. We know you're tired. We know it's been long. We know it's been difficult. We know that for some of you, what we've asked of you has shifted to be more, to be bigger. Because what's happening right now is so important on your planet. Not only will you become successful, but what you're working towards is on a trajectory of success also. And we need you to stay strong. We need you to know that you are so dearly loved, that your efforts do not go unseen and unacknowledged. Call on us. Let us be your strength when you feel you have none to give. Let us be your courage when you feel like you have none to give. Many of you are depleted. Many of you are isolated. Many of you work as a lone wolf. But know that that is not true. You are divinely guided. You are divinely supported. We are here for you each and every step of the way. Many of you are confused, uncertain, unsure. You're shifting, you're evolving, you're stepping into your power. Happened more rapidly than some. You feel unstable, off kilter, not knowing where to turn, where to seek help. We are here for you. We ask that you join us, join with us through your meditation practice, through your dream state, nighttime and daytime. Know that we are all around and ever present, that you are not alone. We ask you have faith. That what you're seeing, experiencing, being brought to is for you. Many of you are still discounting the signs, the intuitive nudges, and we understand that is your human right, your free will. And when you are ready to step into acting on the signs, the synchronicities, the inspiration, the intuition, we are here. We will not give up on you. We will not let you go. But we do want you to know that everything is happening for your highest and greatest good, as long as you stay on the path in faith to the highest vibrational frequencies. You are so dearly needed, and you are so dearly loved. We are the Council of Light. When I sat down to do this video, I didn't really know what it was going to bring. I just knew that I was being called to sit and do this video. So, whew. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I think I can't say anything more. If you liked, appreciated, got anything from this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.